Today we are at Michael's in Springbrook Plaza in Canton, Ohio, and it doesn't feel very Christmassy out here today because, as you can see, the sun is peeking its way out from behind the store. But we're still gonna go in and check out the Christmas stuff in here, so let's cue the snow. Ah, that is much better. Thank you, automatic doors. And right in the doors, you can see we have some mini Christmas trees over here, as well as a wall of poinsettias. Look, we have big ones on the bottom, and then they get a little smaller as we work the way up. And we even have some poinsettia wreaths up there. After I set my Christmas tree up, I love to get a couple of real poinsettias and put one at each side of my fireplace. We'll do that another day, but let's go ahead in here and look at the Christmassy goodness that awaits us. I love to see the whole Christmas tree forest over here blinking and twinkling. But the first thing I see is these things over here. Are these blow molds? Oh yeah, they are. Look, we have Max from the Grinch. He's got a little candy cane in his mouth. We have the Grinch himself down here. This is 24 inches tall. Max is 20 inches. And then we have a 24-inch Bluey here and a 22-inch Stitch. That's funny. Blow molds don't usually come in boxes. Look at this right behind me here. We have the gingerbread decorating kits. And this is not a gingerbread house. This is cookies. And look at these little guys. That is hilarious right there. I love how they use the candy canes as the mouth. 8 cookies in that kit, and it looks like it includes everything you need. The cookies are probably already baked, and then they give you icing and little, the little candy canes and stuff like that. Now here's the gingerbread house on the other side. No baking required, everything included. So if we turn it around here, yeah, so this is everything that's actually included in here. They gave you each of the gingerbread pieces, the front and the back of the house, the roof pieces, and then they give you the icing and the little candy bits and everything, and a little piping bag. So if you wanted to build a gingerbread house, that's everything you need in one box. We usually use like graham crackers to make these, but it's kind of difficult to shape graham crackers, like especially like this, with the roof line and everything. I always end up crumbling them, trying to cut them with scissors and everything. Okay, we're gonna head over this way in just a minute and check out these aisles, but look what I see over here. Aside from the awesome wrapping paper, let's take a look here for a second. This is pink and red striped. This is the one that caught my eye right here. All the little candy canes. That's pretty cool. We got some Santas here, some more red and white stripes, some peppermint twirls. They have a pretty good selection of a lot of different types of wrapping paper here, including, look what I just spied here. Now this isn't the truck, this is just a car, but it's a little red car with the tree on top. And I like this brown wrapping paper here. Now it has red snowflakes on it, but this is kind of like postal paper. Anyway, this is what I wanted to see here. The Limax Christmas Town. Look at this. All this stuff is so cool, and I am so glad that they have it all set up. Look at this. They have foam here that is carved to look like snow. Comet in his little stable. Kringle's Courier, this one says. Presents going around the tree. Look at the helicopter. And look at this. Santa right here flying by. That's awesome. Watch this. He goes around in a circle, comes back around, and he flies right by. That is cool. Festive Tidings Nursery. We got Christmas trees in the top there. Look, the sign says, "Please don't touch the village. Be nice, not naughty. Santa is watching." The Tannenbaum Tower. That's pretty cool. Let's get a close look at that. Yes. Very cool. The Nutcracker Nook over here. And what's this one over here? Does that say Jess's Treetop Cafe? Oh, I see. They're eating at tables on the top there. Here's a little Merry Christmas house here. Valerie's Viennese Pastry. The Chocolate Dip Fondue. And then what do we have over here? Danny's Pub. And the sign says Christmas Sweater Party. That's really cool. Santa's Workshop Toys. We got Mrs. Cratchit's Christmas shops here. Camden Green Grocery. The Cornhill Wines and Spirits. And look at this one here. Everlasting Christmas trees. Artificial trees made to order. Look at the one at the top. It says flocking station. And it's going like it's snow. You can hear a little bit of music playing. So you're not supposed to touch it, so I'm not going to. But I bet you can turn these up loud. Look at the spinning Christmas tree. I almost missed that. I love the spinning Christmas tree. Speaking of Christmas trees, we have a tree over here with flying reindeer. The pet clothier. And what is this one right here? Hans Beer Garden, St. Nicholas Apartments. Ooh, does this say, oh, it says ornaments down there. I thought it said Krampus. St. Luke's Church over here, and the Nativity play outside. Oh, look at this. Santa's Peppermint Teacup Spinner Ride. That's awesome. Wait, I missed this one over here. Reeds, trees, and wreaths. I wish I could get right up in there and show you guys the details, but when I zoom in so far, it's really difficult to hold it still. But we do have a blue truck with Christmas trees in the back. One day I want to own a truck like that, but I want it to be red. I want the wreath on the front, the Christmas trees in the back, and that's what I'm going to drive around to make these videos. We got the Holly Jolly Hardware over here. The Wonderland Rail. That must be like the train station. And here's the ticket guy. We got the clock tower here. What's this? The Elf Service Sleigh and Sled Repair here. There's so many details in these. And then Vixen's little stable here. And here's everything in the boxes here if you wanted to come down here and get this stuff and set up your own village. We have all the trees here. Look at this. We have some really tall trees here. And moving up, they get smaller and smaller. We have the snowman with the reindeer. Here's some other reindeer over here. Try not to swing the camera too far. A little campfire there. And then we have this tree here that has a little power box. I guess it just lights up. I was wondering if it would spin around, but smaller trees here. Some blue truck over here with presents in the back. And then people doing people things. Oh man, there's tons of people doing people things. Lots of stuff to set up your own villages here. More trees over here, decorated, not decorated, flocked. And here's all the village pieces here. Probably more that we didn't even see over there. Because I don't recall seeing this one, the Teddy Bear Factory. Yeah, more over here. Even more over here. And then here's fake snow on the end, buffalo snowflakes that you can just sprinkle around your village or spray snow down here. Oh look, this is ice crystals too. This would be cool to spray right on your tree. Make it look like the branches are frozen. We got some pine garlands here, some wreaths over here of different shapes and sizes. And this is a craft store, so they always have a ton of things in here like this. The paintable nutcrackers. You can like basically design your own nutcracker, paint them how you want. Look, these are snowmen nutcrackers up here. Packs of 5 smaller nutcrackers. Paints on the end here that you would use for that. Here's these wooden cutouts. We were just talking the other day at my parents' house about when we were little kids. We used to get these little wooden ornaments here. Now these are big and thick. But we had the kind where like you would punch them out, but they would be as thin as this. They'd come on one piece of wood, you would pop them out, and then you would use paints and paint your own ornaments. Here's bigger paintable nutcrackers back here. I don't want to get too deep down there. We'll see that later. I want to like move from one side to the other, so we're going to start out here. North Pole mailboxes. We got some Santas over here. Look at that white beard. And I love these table settings right here. I love the plaid. Look at this plaid sleigh up here. Like a good centerpiece. Cookie jars, plates, mugs for hot chocolate and coffee. Look at this. This is a pitcher. A Santa pitcher. Wait, what the heck is this? A little spoon collection. Yeah, these are measuring spoons. Little Santa measuring spoons. Oh, I remember these little fellows from last year. Yes, we got a snow globe. Let's get that going. Santa by a Christmas tree. Gotta love the snow globes. I like these Santa pillows down here. And then we have this one right here that's an arrow that says naughty. And I'd be willing to bet that if I flip it around, yeah, nice on the other side. I love this picture of Santa up here. That is so cool. And then, of course, we have some plush nutcrackers here. A couple of wreaths over here. I really like this one. I love this one. I love the reds and whites in there. Santa's bells. Yes, that's cool. I know there's a lot of stuff I'm not like individually pointing out. There's just so much stuff in here though, but I'll just show you right here and you can kind of just look it over. I love the Santa boots. Anytime I see these in the stores, it makes me think of Spirit Christmas with the big red boots that you can step in and take a picture. Some little ornaments down here. These are all wreaths and garlands. And every time I look at these wreaths, I think about my Hummer, how I want to put one on the front. On the other side, we have some tree toppers and stars. Oh, look at this. We have a train. Wait, you put this in your tree? Christmas tree train. It looks like you put this in your Christmas tree, not just around the bottom. Santa hat topper. Look, there's even a disco ball topper. Different lights here, neon Mary and Joy. We have, oh, these are cool. Candles that you clip onto your branches. Let me zoom out, sorry. Yeah, you clip these right onto the branches of your tree. These are really cool. I'm definitely gonna have to do that one day. Wait, what is this? Magic Wand Christmas light controller? It's a wireless. Wave or tap the wand to wirelessly control your holiday lights, just like Harry Potter. Oh, and we have the animated climbing Santa. He's on a ladder. You set that up and he goes up and down the ladder. What is this? Animated candy cane acrobat? You stick the candy cane, the very long candy cane, out of your tree, and that little elf right there does acrobats. That is funny. Even plays Christmas carols. Oh, here we go. Now we're into the specific little ornaments here. Clark Griswold with the squirrel on his arm. That's hilarious. Zero, Jack Skellington here. Here's the narwhal. Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. Ralphie Parker and the leg lamp. Elsa, Stitch, the Grinch, and Max. The Grinch's sled, Snoopy, the VHS of Charlie Brown Christmas, Dr. Seuss. Man, there's a lot of good ones in here. Look, they even have the video game controllers, PlayStation, Xbox, NES. And as I was standing here looking for an Atari controller, I got a notification from UPS that the Atari 2600 Pac-Man version was just delivered to my house. Yes! Oh no, my wife's gonna see it. That's okay, I already fessed up this morning. Anyways, look at all these different ornaments over here. These are so awesome. I love how they have such a huge selection. Look at this, they even have a poodle ornament. Flickering window candles, those are cool. I always love to see the candles in people's windows at Christmas. Huge selection of awesome garlands going down through here. Look at this, we have the sleigh bells. I love that one. Check that out. That makes me want to go home and watch the Polar Express right now. Wait, are there actually... I don't think there's no little bell thing in them. Disco balls. This just looks like regular ornaments here. Look at all the colors. This looks like bubbles. This looks like bubbles here. That is crazy. Look at all the colors in these. That's really cool. Some more jingle bells here. Ooh, that one does actually have a little bell piece inside. And then this is a garland all with the peppermint discs. Reindeer. We have Santa hats and stockings on this one. I like these. These are like fleece. What they remind me is like llama hair. Or those dryer balls. You know, you can get those balls you throw in your dryer and they're supposed to help your clothes dry better. That's exactly what they feel like and what they look like right there, only they're like beige. Look, this one looks like a puffer fish here. This one looks like cherries. All kinds of stuff here. This is all so cool. And here's all the trees behind us here. I was thinking maybe you could go through and like walk through the middle, but it's set up in a way where all the cords and everything are in the middle. So you just walk around the outside and check them out. But that is still awesome. Look how beautiful these things are. I love the pencil trees here on the end. If you only have like a very small area to put a tree. Tall, thin tree right here. And then a couple of smaller ones down here. Oh my gosh, look at this. Over here they have even more ornaments. They have hundreds of ornaments to choose from here. What? They even have a cactus. They even have a pink cactus. Snowboarding bear, that reminds me of the Ralph Lauren bear that you see on the sweaters. Roller skate, hair dryer, boxing gloves. No way. There's a little bookworm ornament here. My friend Matt would crack up if I bought him that. In high school, we always used to make fun of bookworms, and at one point, he shaved the shape of a bookworm in the side of his head. What the heck? A piece of chicken is an ornament now. That makes me think of the Gremlins. That's what I'm talking about. The taco truck. Before donuts, after donuts. If you know, you know. We got jingle bells on the end here. Oh, these are the kinds that you put around your doorknob. You actually hang this on the doorknob. Somebody opens the door and you hear it jingle. More garlands all through here. Different lights and ornaments over here. Look at these bright, colorful nutcrackers over here. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Military, look at the regular one here. That is so cool. That reminds me of the Nutcracker on Ice, which I'm going to try to find streaming as soon as I get home. We've got military nutcrackers. Look at these guys. There's a teddy bear. Whoa, look at this one. Very cool. It's like a Bumble nutcracker. That guy's going in the thumbnail for sure. Bigger ones down here of basically the same ones. Look at this 1980s jazzercisers. Cowboys and cowgirls. Oh, look, these are candles. We have a peppermint disc candle. Wait, okay, they're candles, but they're not. They're electric candles. Under here, there's a switch. That's a fake flame there, and it actually moves around, and it looks like it's flickering like a real flame. But this is the one that really caught my eye right here. A pine cone candle, and this one is real. That's a real wick up there. You do actually light that pine cone. Of course, it's not a real pine cone. It's just wax. Okay, we already looked at some stuff down there. This is all just more ornaments of all shapes and different sizes and colors. Whoa, even jumbo ornaments like this giant bell right here. Oh my gosh, even more of the colored nutcrackers. I can't even talk over here. Look at this pink girl, and look, what in the world is up with these guys? Are these actual characters and I'm just not realizing it? They look so cool. Hockey player, bike riding Santas over here. I'm very tempted to see if there's a... I bet you turn him on and he actually rides around the store, but I'm not going to do it. I don't want to be the annoying guy in Michael's. Lots of different Santas on this side here. Look at this, we got a baker Santa over here. This guy's hilarious, like a golfer. Golf caddy. This guy's about to belt out the tunes. And this one right here reminds me of the movie The Santa Claus. Look at this guy. I love his outfit. What? Okay, first of all, I love the outfit right there. I have to put together an outfit like that for myself. I just have to. And he also has tattoos on his arms. That guy is styling. I bet you Ralph Lauren makes a sweater just like that, and it's about $300. But somebody I know is gonna check out Goodwill. Some more blow molds over here. We've got the toy soldiers on the top. We have a gnome, it looks like, and a Santa, and a snowman, and a candle. Whoa, yes, how cool is this on the other side? Little elf blow mold lamps. Can you see that lighting up? These are $39.99. Little Buddy the Elf. Does someone need a hug? And then we have Mickey and Minnie here. Snoopy and the Minion. And then we have some of these Peanuts lights that they throw the pictures of the Peanuts up around the room. And then we have Disney here that does the same thing. And then the Grinch over here. I like this one. I love the green. Christmas paint by numbers here. These would be fun if I had the patience to do them. I'm not really a painter, but these actually look pretty cool. I'm just too hyper to take the time to sit down and paint something like that. Christmas tumblers here, and look at this one. This is cool. It's like Elf. Ooh, wow, that was slippery. That is very slippery. This one looks like Santa down here. Okay, we got a couple of aisles up here to go through, but I want to go down this one right here. First of all, let's look at these little buddies here. Oh my gosh, that's like is that a pig? That's a little pig. And then we have a squirrel bringing us some candy. Look at this. That's hilarious right there. A little dachshund. But my favorite, the poodle. Actually, my favorite might be the pig. Speaking of pigs, I am sweating like a hog up in this piece. Ooh, look at this little surprise. 70% off Halloween. Now let's just look at these real quick. Look at that guy. A Sphinx cat. We got a giant rat. Hello, rat. A secret-keeping cat who is creeping around. You know he's got secrets. What is this? Oh, it's a spider. Okay, let's get back to Christmas. This is awesome right here. I love this stuff because this is like all the do-it-yourself ornaments. Different shapes and sizes. These are actually glass too. These are discs. And then you have bigger ones over here. And you actually fill these, like I think I showed you some earlier that were filled halfway with snow, fake snow. Actually, that might have been over at Big Lots that I was looking at those, but you fill these halfway with fake snow. Oh my gosh, some of these are huge. Look at the size of this one. This one's plastic here, but that's cool. You could do something totally awesome with that. And look at these that are shaped like little vintage bulbs. That's awesome. Anyway, you create your own ornament. I get so distracted with this stuff. Here's paint your own ornaments over here, and here's even more shapes and sizes of the blank ones. Here's some that are shaped like hearts. Now, if you were smart, you would get some of these early so that you'd have them for your wife on Valentine's Day as a surprise. Surprise handmade Valentine's Day heart tree. Get a head start and thank me later, gentlemen. Now my wife's going to be waiting for me to pull out the Valentine's Day tree. Whoa, look at this. Okay, there's some more Halloween stuff for 70% off over here. But look what I just saw. The walking 24-inch tall Chucky. Look at this. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 6 walking Chuckies right here on clearance. I'm not going to buy one, but that is very cool. Okay, let's see. More wreaths and things to build your own wreath down here. Okay, we'll take a little walk. Plain wreaths here. And if you look down through here, there's all kinds of stuff. Berries and snowflakes and stuff. If you want to make your own wreath any way that your little heart desires. Trees and red birds and basic decor over here. And these must be, it looks like tiny little ornaments for tiny little trees. 2 turtle doves. Oh yeah, we can't forget about the candles. Winter berry. I have to see how this smells. That smells so good right there. Look at this. Vanilla butter cookies. Warm apple cider. Now we're getting into the pink themed Christmas stuff over here. And what is this? It's like a poodle. What the? That is heavy too. It's like a pink poodle. Weird. Here's Santa in a pink convertible with a couple of poodles. This stuff is all pink through here. We got a pink nutcracker, pink Merry Christmas sign, pink Christmas trees, pink Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeers. Actually, I don't see a red nose anywhere, but there are reindeers. Pink ones, green ones, and red ones. Now, I gotta say, first of all, this picture is pretty cool. I know there's a reflection there, but I hope you can see that. And then this wreath is pretty cool looking too. These are all just more wreaths over here. I really like this garland here. I love the flocked stuff. And I believe this is our last aisle down here. Golden reindeer centerpiece here. And this stuff is all color-coded in here too. We've got like the earthy colors, the browns, the greens, the beiges. This stuff all looks really cool. More nutcrackers down here. I love these poinsettia wreaths here. The white ones look just as awesome as the red ones. My front door is red, so the white one would look really good on there. And then we have this section of black stuff down here. We have these tall black nutcrackers right here. Even black pine cones. These are not candles. I thought maybe they were for a minute, but it's just like a soft decoration. Are these candles? Candles here, black frames, some black sleighs down there, and black reindeer up here. I don't know, I don't really think black when I think of Christmas. That's not really a Christmassy color, but I definitely do think of the reds, the greens, the whites. Look at this. Very cool. And I think that we have covered most of it, guys. A lot of the stuff I didn't show is just the basic decorations, like stuff like this you see going through in the background. Whoa, look at that awesome wreath. I love how it looks like bubbles. That is really cool. It's more of like the pastel colors, though. We got blues and pinks in there. And look at these glass nutcrackers up here. Actually, I think they're plastic, but they have a try me button. Yeah, look at that. And then it shines up onto the ceiling too. And these pastel nutcrackers down here we'll finish it off with, because they are pretty cool looking too. Blues and pinks and golds and whites. And of course, since this is a craft store, there is different Christmas stuff like peppered throughout the entire store that we haven't even seen in just the little cracks and crevices. Like this over here, these little, I mean, they're kind of do-it-yourself ornaments, but they're basically like you just add your own picture of yourselves or your kids. Look at this one. This is a Santa. I love that one. We got a snowman here. This one actually looks like Frosty. Is that, I don't know if that's supposed to be like a ballerina. We got nutcrackers up here, Christmas trees, gingerbread men, dinosaur cats and dogs, everything. Okay, I'm gonna pick up what I actually came in here to get, and I'm gonna hit the road.